Alright, and we are live! Welcome to the party.
Oh, goody.
Today on Goblin Cuisine.
Goblin cuisine. Goblin eat. What do goblin eat?
Goblin
Goblin eat lots of things.
What does Goblin want to do with the show? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to discuss? What do you want to bring up? Tell us all about it.
Well, Goblin like to bring up lots of things, but I think we should stick to what Goblin puts in mouth. Specifically, what food Goblin puts in mouth.
Okay, you had to be specific there. I was thinking of a knob goblin myself, but I'm a perv.
I suppose Goblin eat that too. Not everyone appreciate what happened afterwards.
And what happened afterwards?
Sausage?
Oh my.
Party.
I suppose. Anywho, so Goblin like to talk about delicacies and Goblin cuisine, all good things that Goblin like.
What is difference between basic food and delicacy for Goblin?
How hard it is to catch, and possibly how fancy it is to prepare. Something like slug. Slug easy to catch. Not very difficult to prepare. Bash it in head, mush it to jelly, put it on toast, tastes delicious. Other things like dwarf. Dwarf is much harder to catch. Very tough, thicker hide, little gamey.
You have to skin first.
But good news is it saves forever. Something, high constitution.
I thought it was going to be like dwarf bread.
We haven't tried making it into bread yet.
I think it's because they drink so much alcohol.
That is true.
No, dwarf bread, it can abate hunger for months at a time. On one single loaf.
That's elven bread.
No, dwarven bread. See, dwarven bread is so hard, it can not only be used as a weapon, but it can abate hunger because every time you take it out, you look at it and you decide you're not that hungry and you put it back.
Goblin thinks that there's logic there. Doesn't make sense to me, but
Dwarven bread sounds like brick.
it's true.
I've tried to eat brick once. Didn't go for it.
What's orange and bad for your teeth? A brick!
It's true. Don't eat bricks. Shame on you, Whizbang.
So, has that ever mattered to Whizbang before?
Alcohol may have been an influence.
I don't know. Whizbang, you ever eat rock? Oh, well,
Misheard you. I didn't think you said rock at first, but alright.
Well, no, his one does.
I'm sorry, was there a question about that?
No.
Anyway, back to the feedings. So tell us about goblin appetizers.
oh. Well, Goblin don't always have appetizer, as Goblin meal usually quick and easy. Whatever we catch and put in mouth first. However, some goblins, I like to think of myself as a sophisticated goblin, like to prepare and eat food. Appetizers, typical ones are
Good work.
meat, more meat. Slug is good. Good for mashing into jellies.
Diuretic.
Dire rat, good. Not always so easy to catch, but when you catch, it's good. That requires a little bit of cooking.
What are the goblin food groups?
Edible and inedible. And meat.
Meat is not inedible or edible.
Depends on type of meat. Rotten meat could be considered inedible, though could be considered edible in dire circumstance. Depends. If goblin eat it and die, then not edible. If goblin eat it and not die, then edible.
What if the goblin eats it and dies? Do you then eat the goblin?
Not usually.
Why?
I personally frown upon cannibalism.
Waste of meat.
Agreed.
Usually use it for traps. Catch bigger thing.
What eats goblin? Other than other goblin.
Oh,
Not
lots of
much.
things. Hobgoblins, trolls, orcs sometimes.
I want to eat troll. Troll stinks. I stink, but troll stinks more.
Right, which is why troll eat goblin.
Which is why I don't eat troll.
No,
Plus, they're hard to kill.
it's true. You have to cook it in order to kill it. Something about fire. They don't like fire.
Yeah, but who wouldn't that kill?
They can't heal with fire. At least that's what I'm told.
Don't know. Haven't gotten close enough to draw.
I did once.
Did you kill it?
I ran away.
Did it try to kill you?
Don't know. I ran away.
No, we'll never know, I suppose.
Well, it's a pretty solid response.
Troll much bigger than me.
Right.
Wield a much bigger stick. I'm not gonna screw with that.
Wolf eat goblin.
Oh, yeah, wolf do eat goblin.
Wolf
Orc
eat-
eat goblin too.
Orc eat goblin. And tiger eat goblin. Bear sometimes eat goblin.
No, I think bear just kill goblin.
Oh, pretty sure bear eat goblin. I think we lost.
Bear must be pretty desperate to eat goblin.
I suppose.
There's
Pretty
lots
good.
of stuff in forest. Better to eat than goblin.
Much easier to eat than goblin. Lots of teeth.
What about desserts?
What is dessert?
It's the thing you eat after food. That's usually better than the food, but you don't have a lot of it.
Pixie? Pixie would be good dessert. Very light, very fluffy. Powdered sugar, wing on top.
Something about that tickled the hell out of a whiz-bang.
Share with plus was big.
Brownie's great too.
I was never in the Boy Scouts, but I ate a brownie once. Which brings up the point, are you talking about campers or the small elven creature?
Small.
Yeah, but small camper or small elven
flavors.
creature?
Small flavors. The brownies are good.
Jocelyn Smith.
Yes.
Haven't tried brownie. I had Girl Scout once.
Are they made from real Girl Scouts?
This one was.
Was it in cookie form? We like cookies.
No, muffin form.
Now, what do you put in cookies and muffins?
Well, I put Girl Scout in mine.
I just steal mine. So whatever.
Your
whatever
Girl
anybody
Scouts
else
or your
does.
muffins?
Yes.
So basically you're the goblin version of Yogi Bear?
Sure.
I guess that makes you Boo-Boo. Hey Boo-Boo, what's up with you? Let us go to Goblin Stone and pick us up a picnic basket.
Apparently we're stealing Girl Scout picnic baskets with muffins.
Picnic?
No, I'll just do Girl Scouts and cookies. Other people cook cookies for me. I take them from the windows when they cool. Or just take them from houses when made.
I still feel that if we can bake cookies, we should be able to cook bakies. It's just my thought on the subject. Now, what about goblin beverages?
Don't know.
Says the man who's drinking alcohol-infused tea. You don't know what you drink.
We drink lots of things.
Crackheads. Really? Like what?
Water,
Why?
alcohol.
That makes more sense.
Sometimes make special drink with fermented watermelons.
Wapatui.
Don't know what it's called. But you let watermelon sit in sun, and then you shake up when you get all slushy, and then you punch a hole in it, and then you drink it. Makes crazy light stands.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like about what you do with a Girl Scout, too, but what's your point?
Crack
We
open
don't
a
leave
cold
Girl
one.
Scout out in sun.
You don't? You
No.
should.
Eat fresh.
Eat it fresh. Otherwise it gets weird smell.
They already smell weird.
Plus, if you leave them around sitting too long, then necromancers can get a hold of them and then just bat themselves.
Yeah, but think about it this way.
Nobody wants undead Girl Scout.
If Necromancer could do that one way or another, why couldn't they reanimate the thing inside your stomach?
Because it's already
He's not whole. He's in pieces.
So,
I don't know the pieces.
in theory, necromancy does not require an entire body to reanimate.
I feel like most of it, but I feel little pieces. Also requires structure. If I only eat muscle of animal, it has no structure. It'd be like little blob.
Depending on whether or not you eat parts whole. Like, if you eat a whole finger, in theory, the finger could go wiggling right back up your esophagus.
That'd be very strange. Not sure I like that very much.
I know, but I want to watch it happen. And I'm thinking then you have dinner and a show.
We know any goblin necromancers? No, I want to try.
I know Goblin Wrist Doctor.
Ooh, maybe a witch doctor do it.
Where's this shaman? I don't know. Never asked him.
Don't want to ask him.
Nope, just know he does magic.
I love the fact that that came with quotation marks.
Waves stick. Things happen.
You know,
Could be magic.
I've done that before myself. Just saying.
Oh, really?
Anyway,
Want to see my magic trick? I make stick disappear.
none of that. This is only an audio show. They can't see what you're doing.
Oh my.
You're what?
Goblin.
He's right there. Get him.
Ah.
So there's a difference.
So what other sorts of things do goblins cook with?
Ooh. Sometime goblin want to try exotic recipe from dragon.
I got a recipe from Dragon once.
As in, like, the sort of recipe a dragon would use, or as the sort of recipe that requires dragon?
Sort of recipe that dragon tries. I hear paladin very good. We debated, Whizbang and I, whether goblin cook it inside of can or outside of can. Cook it with armor on makes it juicy inside.
I just always
Cook
wonder
it-
if a paladin is a friend of Aladdin, but that's just me.
Aladdin
It's Aladdin's pal. He's a paladin.
type of elf, actually.
Well,
Would-
think of
would
it.
elf.
He's more like a flying burrito. He's got a little carpet, flies around, and rolls up in it.
I suppose. Little monkey as appetizer.
So, since goblins pretty much just scavenge and grab whatever they can for food, how do you end up with recipes based on you don't know what the hell your ingredients are?
Well, some goblin throw things in pot and it tastes good. Goblin remembers, tells other goblins what put it in pot.
But what are the odds you're going to find the same things again? In that order?
Pretty
In
good.
those quantities?
Pretty good. But you see, goblin writing forbidden, so have to pass down things.
Recipes all word of mouth.
Yep.
So recipes always change.
Yep. Is what makes
So
it good.
directions come out of mouth, food goes in mouth.
Yes.
Yes.
I suppose that makes sense. But what goes in or out of the butt?
What left over?
Exactly.
Ammunition.
Do any of the goblins engage in intrarectogestion?
Not that I'm aware of. Seems very odd. Whizbang, you eat with the butt?
No.
Do you
Then-
poop out mouth?
No.
Oh, then we
Have you tried?
No.
New experiment for next show.
Hold still.
No. I'm not.
On the contrary, you're holding quite still.
No, he not.
I am continuing to move constantly. Thank you very much.
Run in fear.
I breathe, don't I?
Ish. Not very well.
Breathing's overrated.
Oh, good heavens, what is that?
Juice?
No, I'm a Jew. What's that?
And Izzy.
I don't know. Is he? Isn't he? I don't know him that well. He just comes into my house every now and again and records a show.
'Tis blood of dwarf, I think.
So how do goblin dinner parties work?
Not very well. They generally end in bloodshed.
It's true.
Well, when all you eat is meat, it's sort of impossible not to end in
Well-
bloodshed and begin in bloodshed. And then usually the middle involves a lot of bloodshed.
It's true. Everyone fighting to get best pieces. of things.
And then, before that, there's a lot of prep, which involves bloodshed. Then after that, you have leftovers, which is more bloodshed. Therefore, bloodshed is pretty much the core concept behind a goblin dinner party.
What is
but that-
leftovers?
It's the thing that you didn't eat because you didn't have time, so you went back later and ate it when everyone else ran away.
People have food left over?
It must be Pinky thing.
Must be Pinky thing. Goblins no have food left over.
Which
Oh,
is why
like
we
this
constantly hunt for others.
It's true. Bottomless pit.
Always hungry. Hollow leg.
Is not true. You're not a pirate.
No, pirates have wooden leg.
Right, there's hollow leg. You has fleshy leg.
3 of them.
Oh my.
No, one's a spear.
Not sure with the accent. Did you mean to say spear or spare?
Sure.
Like, is it an extra leg or a weapon for stabbing?
Depends on how low he is to ground.
Usually that kick stand.
Are you saying he's kind of a low guy? Damn, so she called you low.
Well. Working with friends in low places.
Well, that's one way to put it. I just say I have genitals. Same thing. Anyway,
They could be friends.
so what sort of recipes do you have then?
That's kind. Ones that we make up.
So, make one up.
Well, you take 2 gnomes, 2 eggs, beat the gnomes, separate the eggs. Oh wait,
Or is it the other way around?
beat the eggs, separate the gnomes. Oh,
And are you talking about like the small mystical creatures, or are you talking about like Noam Chomsky?
definitely not gnome chopstick.
Okay. So where are you gonna find 2 of him?
Or do you want to find 2 of him?
Which
Everywhere.
doctor? Which doctor make copies of things?
I've seen him make copies of chickens, but that's pretty easy.
Or
Well, yeah, if all
or
you're
did
trying
he
to do
just
is
turn- or
copy
did
a
he just-
cock.
Or did he just turn thing into chicken? Either way, we eat it. Tastes good.
Maybe that's it.
Ooh, Pinky have fun recipe called turducken,
So put a thing inside another thing.
and then you cook it
and then
and
you
eat
cook
it.
it and eat it.
Maybe that's what witch doctor do. Maybe witch doctor stuff chicken with other thing and other thing when he does magic. Maybe that's how his magic works. He
Or
really just-
turducken. It's a turd that's uck, and then you're in the bathroom throwing up. Turducken.
Does not sound like a good recipe. Goblin not always so smart, but even
I have-
goblin know not to eat poop.
I'll have trouble believing that shaman or witch doctor could fit human inside chicken.
Could be done.
I've done such things before, but it requires a lot of lube.
Good to know.
or one in small pieces.
And loneliness on the farm, but,
Or deer.
doe. A deer. A female deer.
That I did last night.
Me? The guy who eats the deer?
Well, you're
I feel like we're only a hop, skip, and a jump away from goblin karaoke.
Don't think this is good idea.
No.
Is in fact bad idea.
Based on what exactly?
Find new
have,
goblin, not me.
Goblins have no sense of tone.
I suppose at some point we try.
No.
Once.
Goblins have no
Maybe
sense of
once. It's a bad idea. But what song we sing? Leave no limb unbroken? We were talking about beating gnomes, I think.
Yeah, gnomes and eggs.
So
We've gotten to 2 gnomes, 2 eggs, and
two
beating the gnomes.
And beating gnomes. Separating the eggs. What next?
That's a good question.
I think that should be your turn now. He already came up with the first part. Your turn.
I never got very far into recipe. Gnomes always tried to run away.
Well, what do you think would go good with gnome and eggs? Ooh, Pinky have this cool thing. What they call it? Where they make like a pie, but with egg and meat and what are those green things that Pinky eat? Vegetables. What do they call it? They call it quiche. Gnome quiche?
Or shepherd's pie. Made with real shepherd.
We don't know if gnome are shepherd though. Nomad maybe.
Shepherd's too gamey. Too much bone. Not enough meat.
Unless you give the shepherd and the sheep.
Oh, sheep is really good.
Well, you can often find a shepherd in a sheep, but
Or sheep and a shepherd.
I don't know that that's how that works.
no.
Depends on the sex of the shepherd. Or depends on how much sex the shepherd has.
You see how the show just evolves.
I do now.
This is what you get for not coming up with recipes faster.
Well, sheep's kink run the truth, or is it the shepherd's kink?
I think I give you cane whizbang.
I said kink. Thank you very much.
Could give you that too.
I think we gave Whizbang alcohol and it's going well.
I'm just playing
That
with
much alcohol, that much.
slippery little balls.
Now, do you paint your food different colors to make it go faster through your system?
No,
Why not?
That's orcs.
because like to save food. Goblin have to eat lots of food. Why we want it to go through the system faster?
In case you need ammunition in a hurry.
That's what
That's what rocks are for.
That's what toadstool for.
I'm just saying, sometimes you don't have all those options. And you need ammunition fast.
Toadstool grows everywhere.
Not on top of tower.
Why would Goblin be in tower?
Stealing. Why would Goblin be a tower? So cute.
When you eat toadstool, toadstool makes you poop. Then there's all sorts of ammunition.
And then you poop and then you have ammunition.
Yes.
That's why it's called toadstool.
See, you understand.
Or is it a stool made of toads?
No.
Well, if you eat a bunch of toads and then they're in your stool, then you have toadstool.
I think there are a few different variations of toadstool.
I think you spilled some water.
That's alright. Water's good for cleaning.
It's okay. It's just water anyways. It's not like there was anything important. Save an ocean. Drink beer.
Preserve the wildlife, pickle a squirrel. Save the whales, collect the whole set.
I suppose.
Go ahead, suppose if you'd like.
Suppose.
Are you just out of ideas now?
We only have 2 recipes.
Alright, then we're going to call a pause to this one, and we're going to come back later with more.